I want to address Mr. Robert Iger. You know him as Bob Iger. I want to address him and I want to say one thing. Bob Iger, you have failed this brand. You have failed the fans. You have failed George Lucas. Now, I already put out a video yesterday about the unfortunate news how Bob Iger betrayed George Lucas, his vision, everything like that. And if you're George Lucas, man, you have to feel horrible about the way Disney did you. They did George Lucas dirty. But it starts at the top. It starts with the CEO of Disney. It starts with Bob Iger. It's his fault. It's his fault we're in the mess that we're in. And guys, I have to tell you this. Episode 9 is in trouble. Now, you know that Kathleen Kennedy said that this movie is an accumulation of everything that George Lucas put into Star Wars. That's a lie. It's just another lie. It's another lie to get people to buy tickets for this movie because the brand is a sinking ship. It just is when it comes to what we see on the big screen. It's a sinking ship. And now they're in damage control mode. Now they want to say this is George Lucas's vision, what he had planned. It's a lie. It's all a lie. This is Disney's vision. This isn't George Lucas's vision. This is Disney's vision for themselves. Bob Iger just exposed himself with this article. He exposed who he really is. He exposed what Disney Star Wars is all about. Everything that we thought we knew about Disney Star Wars is true. It really is. Disney Star Wars is a dumpster fire. And J.J. Abrams is a part of that. He was a part of that meeting with Bob Iger. And they left George Lucas out of it as they were talking behind his back about episode 7, which would become The Force Awakens. And then they go into that meeting and they don't even tell George Lucas that we're throwing your stories out. If I'm George Lucas, I'm just dumbfounded. Why am I even in this meeting? That's what I would be telling myself. Because you guys didn't want to listen to me. Now, all of a sudden, after the disaster that was The Last Jedi, now all of a sudden they really want to listen to him. You know what? If I was George Lucas and Bob Iger knocked on my door, J.J. Abrams knocked on my door and said, George, we need your help. You know what my response would have been? Get the hell out of my house. That's what I would have told them. You made this mess. You fix it. But you know, George Lucas, he's a stand-up guy. So George did offer his input to J.J. Abrams. Now, here's the thing. He already offers his input for episode 7. They didn't listen to him. Probably wasn't even consulted on The Last Jedi. I don't even think Rian Johnson even met with George Lucas. So now, when they know that the brand is dying, they reach out to George Lucas. Why now? Because they want your dollars. That's the only reason. Why do you think Palpatine is coming back? Even though that was George Lucas's idea, why is Disney bringing him back? They're bringing him back for money. They want your money. These new characters that Disney created, not the ones that George Lucas created, the ones that Disney created are not marketable. Nobody cares about them. And George Lucas has been right on the money about Disney Star Wars coming from the mouth of Bob Iger. Even Bob Iger agreed with him on The Force Awakens. That's shocking that Bob Iger would actually admit that. But nothing's changed. Nothing's going to change. It's the same old story. Episode 9, copy and paste J.J. Abrams is back once again. And we'll probably just get, Jedi Episode 6 remade once again because that's what J.J. Abrams does. Doesn't matter that he met with George. How much input is George going to have on this movie? We really don't know. But I can tell you one thing. This is not going to be George Lucas's vision. It's crystal clear from the words of Bob Iger. Because he even said in his book, we wanted to go in a different direction. He said that right from jump in the book. We wanted to go in a different direction. So just because they consulted with George doesn't mean anything. Episode 9 could be in real trouble. I've said it before. It can be in real trouble. This movie is a rush job. They were editing on set, and J.J. Abrams was against that. There is nothing that I've heard that actually can save this movie, I believe. I hope I'm wrong. I hope J.J. can give us a good conclusion to a terrible sequel trilogy. But that's unlikely because Episode 7 and Episode 8 has already happened. And it's your fault, Bob Iger. Your leadership is the reason why Galaxy's Edge is a dumpster fire right now. Your leadership is why people have lost their jobs at Galaxy's Edge. Because you thought that you knew better than George Lucas. You're to blame for that. You have the blood on your hands. Now we'll see what happens at Episode 9, but I'm not feeling very confident at all with this latest news. I'm just not. But guys, what do you think of this? Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. Is it in serious trouble based on what we know now from the words of Bob Iger? Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.